She sees three ghosts this time, and one of them looks exactly like somebody she knows.
Now, the book we are going to be talking about today is Taken at Dusk. Now, this is the third book in the, I don't know what the series overall is called, but this is a third book in a series. And this, once again, focuses on mainly characters. So if you're not somebody that likes character-driven stories, this story probably wouldn't be for you. And if you're also someone that doesn't like spoilers, this video will contain spoilers for this book and thus the two that came before it. So if you don't want spoilers, click off and come back to this video once you've read it. With that being said, let's get into the characters of this book. Once again, our main character is Kylie Galen, and she comes to this camp after her parents are divorced. Her mom sends her to the camp on the request of her guidance counselor that she feels like her mom abandoned her, but her mom feels like the camp is her best option because of things that are going on. And while being at this camp, she discovers that she might not be entirely human, and she has to deal with that. Kylie is a very down-to-earth kind of character. She's very, to the point. She's understandably confused. And then she has her two roommates, Della, who's a vampire, and Miranda, who's a witch. And even though they're friends, they fight like cats and dogs. And she's got a complicated love life with two love interests, being a werewolf and another one being someone that can control emotions, in Derek and Lucas. Lucas being a longtime friend and Derek being someone she met since coming to the camp. So it's kind of a more character-driven story. There is plot, but a bit less so than the characters. So if you're someone that likes character-driven stories, these characters are fun, their dynamics are funny. Oftentimes, these characters make this book very funny to listen to, and they're enjoyable to read. But with that being said, let's get into my thoughts on this book overall. Now, my thoughts on this book overall is much the same as the first two, being that this book focuses mainly on the characters and their dynamics and their relationships. I'm more of a plot-driven reader, so to me these books kind of feel a little boring, even though there is some plot going on. In the first one, you had animals going missing from places, and Kylie had to help figure that out. It turned out being a rogue group of vampires. In the second one, it's much the same. And in the third one, that theme only continues, with her being essentially stopped by this vampire and this older vampire, because the older vampire wants the younger vampire to mate with Kylie. So they have to deal with that. And there's also the mystery of what Kylie really is. In the second one, she's said to be a protector because for some reason she can't use her supernatural gifts to help herself out. But any time someone else is in danger, her powers kick in just fine. But no one in the camp, including the head of the camp and the essentially supernatural FBI agent staying there, vampire, can figure out what she is. And that's essentially what all of these books has been, is figuring out what Kylie is. I personally have thought since book one that Kylie may be a Death Angel, or at least a half a Death Angel, because her dad was adopted. So going through her dad's family tree is difficult, And when she tries to go through her dad's family tree, a group of impersonators show up pretending to be her grandparents for some reason. Nobody's quite sure why that happens, but it does. And so, once again, 3 books in, we still have no idea what Kylie is. And at this point, I'm like, this is a 6 book series. Are you going to drag out the mystery of what Kylie is till the last book? Because at that point, it's going to be really old. And we don't know. And that's part of it. It's a mystery. You have to figure it out and learn what Kylie does as she does. But because she has so many traits of so many different supernaturals, like going through a supernatural growth spurt out of nowhere that could indicate that she's a vampire, yet she doesn't turn on the full moon, or having super speed and super hearing out of nowhere, and liking the taste of blood, which could indicate she's a vampire, or they think she's a few different things. Plus, she can see and decipher ghosts, which is a big part of her problem in these books, where every book she has to deal with one or more spirits that warn her of impending doom, or that need her help to uncover the truth so they can move on. She's a bit of everything, and even her pattern shifts like a shapeshifter, but she has no other qualities of being a shapeshifter. And it's very confusing, and 3 books in, and we're still on the what is Kylie at this point. It's starting to get a little old, so I hope we wrap up the what is Kylie in book 4, because I'm on book 3, and I'm pretty sure this is a 6-book series. It's fun and funny. It makes you laugh out loud, and the characters are fun, but the mystery is starting to get old. Because this is book 3, and I'm on to book 4, and we still don't have the answers. I can even check to see which book it is, because I just got... Yeah, this is the 3rd one. I'm on the 4th one, Whispers at Moonrise. And there's 3 other books after Whispers at Moonrise. So I really hope the author of this book does not drag the mystery out until the very last book, or it's going to start to get old really, 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 really quickly. I like the Sixth Sense aspect of the book, and if you don't know what Sixth Sense is, it's a movie from the 90s where a kid can see ghosts, and at first he starts out afraid of the ghosts until he realizes that most of the ghosts aren't there to hurt him, they're there to help him. So she very much has a I see dead people kind of situation going on, and that oftentimes warns her of danger, but of course the ghosts never say things outright, so she's left trying to figure out what the ghost is trying to tell her, which leads her into bad situations because she misinterprets what they say, or they don't give her enough warning, which leads her headlong into danger. So this is a good series. This is a good series, but it kind of is boring at points because I'm more of a plot-driven reader than a character reader, and this is very character-focused of a story. So keep that in mind if my videos talking about the book have caught your interests. If you are not a character reader, this book series probably won't be for you. But if you like character readers and like character-driven stories that have more to do with the character and less to do with the plot, this book might be for you, because honestly the plot is all over the place because Kylie doesn't know what she is. We don't know what she is. I'm betting she's a death angel, but we don't know what she is. And because of that, the plot kind of goes all over the place because the author is putting it so many different directions to keep people from guessing what Kylie is. So it gets a lot. And on top of all the mystery of what Kylie is, there's her relationship drama. She's pulling 2 guys at the same time and she can't pick a lane. She's pulling a shapeshifter and she's pulling a guy that can manipulate emotions, which is all kinds of no thank you. But So there's just a lot going on in this book because you have trying to figure out what she is, the love triangle, the constant roommate fighting, just a bunch of stuff. And now the camp that she's been staying at is being converted into a full-time boarding school. So we'll see how that goes. So if this book sounds interesting to you, I definitely don't think you're going to waste your time by picking it up. I got this on my Libby app. If you have the Libby app, it's a good place to grab books and audiobooks, and it's just a lot easier than actually getting them from the library because then you can return them faster and you don't have to worry about having to get to the library when they're open to return books on time. You could just click, 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 no matter if the library is open or not. And I mainly listen to audiobooks on Libby because I like to listen to stuff on my walk, and YouTube is a pain in the ass if you don't pay to have the screen closed. So, hope you guys enjoy it.
Now, the book we are going to be talking about today is Whispers at Moonrise. Now, this is the fourth book in a series. With that being said, let's get into the characters of this book. The characters of this book are very much the same as the first three, with Kylie being our main character, who is trying to figure out who she is, and Della, her vampire roommate, and Miranda, her witchy roommate, with our main male characters being Lucas and Derek, I believe his name is. It starts with a B. And the camp leader Holiday, and also a kind of FBI agent in this world who is a vampire. Let's get into my thoughts on this book. This is the fourth book in a series, as I've said. And we are still playing the What is Kylie game. And why is she wanted? Yeah, at this point she does know that she is what's known as a chameleon, but she spends a good chunk of the beginning of this book kind of ticked off that she is a lizard. Which, I don't think chameleon, when I heard that she was ticked off because she was a lizard, I don't think that her being a chameleon means she's a lizard. I think it means she has the ability to blend in with whatever supernatural she's around at the time. Because she has used vampire abilities and liked blood. She's used witch abilities and been able to cast spells. She's used invisibility and been able to turn invisible. She's used a bunch of different abilities of multiple supernaturals. So I think that her being a chameleon just means that she's able to blend into the rest of the species, which is kind of later confirmed when her grandparents show up, which the way they show up, I'm like, you are very reckless for wanting to go and meet them. Because the way they show up is she's out in the woods one night, sees a bunch of fog, and decides, oh, that was my grandparents chasing me. And then she gets an email telling her that they should meet in a cemetery, of all places, to discuss what she actually is. And I'm like, A, you don't answer random emails from people you don't know who it actually is from. B, you certainly do not then think, oh, this has to be my grandparents. It has to be Kelly. I'm gonna go meet them. But luckily for her, it works out and it's not a killer. It is in fact her grandparents, who tell her exactly what I thought from the start of the book, that she has the ability of multiple supernaturals in her DNA. And the reason she can't use them on herself is because she's a protector, and the powers only kick in when she is protecting somebody else. These books are very slow burn. Like I said, this is the fourth book in a series, and we're just now figuring out what Kylie is. So, with these being more character driven, if you're someone that is more plot focused and doesn't like slow burn, these books probably wouldn't be for you. But if you're a character reader who just likes good characters and funny characters, then this book would probably be for you. But there are little things happening, like with Kylie's abilities to see ghosts. She sees 3 ghosts this time, and one of them looks exactly like somebody she knows. And she's like, wait a minute, how can I be seeing this person? I'm not going to tell you who it is in case you want to read it. When they're not dead. What does that mean? And so it becomes this mystery of figuring out what happened to the people she is seeing and who killed them or who's after them. So you have that on top of the whole what is Kylie mystery and the love triangle between her and the boy that can sense feelings and the boy that can turn into a werewolf. These stories are really funny, and I'm not sure when I'm going to start the next one, but I do plan to either read it or listen to it. I haven't decided if I'm going to listen to it or read it by getting the ebook from the library. I really only like listening to audiobooks when I'm out on a walk or when I'm cleaning. Other than that, I prefer physical books, and the weather this past week has been nothing but rainy and dreary. This summer has been a crappy summer weather-wise. It's either been scorching hot to where you feel like you're covered in syrup when you go outside, or it's been pouring rain and thunderstorming. There have been very few days where it was actually nice enough to be outside this summer, and it sucks because it's almost winter already. So I'll probably just get the ebook from the library, though I am currently reading a book. I'm reading like Superhero Legacy, and the author of that book really likes superheroes because that seems to be all his library is made up of. So again, to reiterate, if you're someone that likes characters, all the characters are very fun. All of their interactions are fun and funny, and they just feel fun to listen to. But if you're someone that likes more plot in your books, then these probably won't be for you because they're very much same from each book to the next. Even the villain is pretty consistent in the vampire group that she's running from because they want her for some reason that hasn't been revealed yet. So that's my opinion. All these books feel pretty same. I know they're part of the series, but it doesn't feel like much progression is happening. So if that's something you enjoy, then if you like a slow burn story, then this is for you. But if you don't, probably not for you. Hope you guys enjoy.